What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. We're here with another Monday, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, today I want to talk about something that's been a part of my life for probably longer than anything else I can think of. And that's my love of Dungeons & Dragons. And I've been DMing this game since I've been about 2 years into learning about this when I was a kid. So I've spent over 40 years doing this. Through different systems, different editions, even different RPGs. But today I want to talk about something that, although I enjoy doing with my players, and they seem to enjoy highly themselves, it's something that's usually cringe. Something that is frowned upon that most DMs hate. Most players sort of enjoy to some degree. At least some players really like this. Others don't at all. But really, if you handle it correctly from the get-go, from the start, I think there's a way that everyone can be happy. Let's talk about min-maxing. I'll see you down the table. Yes, the dreaded min-maxing. Most hate it, some fear it, some desire it. But it's always a hot topic. So over the years, what I've learned about min-maxing is it works best. Go ahead, allow it. And I'll explain why. It works best with lower levels. Nothing higher than third. Oh, no. Anything higher than third that you're going to start a character min-maxed on, you're not going to like the balance. As a DM, the amount of work you're going to have to do to fix that balance on the side, which you already have to do a little bit of with min-maxing to begin with. But it gets worse, it gets harder, it gets to be more work past third level. I do tend to start my players at third when we're playing a D&D game. Unless there's a specific first level module that I have in mind that I want them to run through, I do usually start them at third. Now, let's use that as a jumping off point. So third level, naturally, you're going to have items and experience from what you've been doing the first two levels. And that's all normal. That's all counted in the rules if you want to make characters above first level. There's nothing unusual there. But this is where you start min-maxing. At second or third level characters, you create them min-max once. It's a one-time experience at character creation, and that's it. It's done. And all the min-maxing, all of it, is pretty much done and controlled by the DM. The players definitely are allowed to, create their characters as per the basic player handbook rules or your campaign setting rules or whatever you have, to create them as per normal. Then, as long as the DM is in control of the min-maxing and just follows a couple of basic ideas, it's going to serve a valuable purpose. Now, it's all good and fine to have a backstory of the local boy done good. Sure, to be Luke Skywalker back as a moisture farmer, that's a good background. But a lot of players don't want to play Luke Skywalker as a moisture farmer. No. Most of them don't want to play the beginning story of a character. No, they want to play the character that's cool. Yeah, I said it. They want to play a character that can do a couple of interesting things. So this is where you min-max. Second or third level, characters create as per normal. Now, perhaps for this you may want to use a point system for ability scores, which is what I usually do. And to figure out the best points for the game, you, the DM, what you should do is you should create, let's say third. Let's just go with that number for right now. But remember, I mean second or third when I say this. So you, the DM, pretend that you are a player at your own table. And you get to create a min-maxed character. Starting, as I said, with the basic character creation. Come up with the amount of points that you would need in the abilities. Let's say you want to min-max a half-orc rogue. I like them. Let's say you want to min-max a half-orc rogue. Then you're going to know where you want to put your points and how you want to distribute them. And to keep things easy, go for a 1.1 ratio, 1-for-1 ratio. Just go for that. Everyone starts at a base of 10, and then you give them 15, 20 points, however many points it takes you to make the cool min-max character you would want to play in your campaign. And that is the starting number you tell your players they have for ability scores. So this way, they're kind of all starting on a fair footing, but more importantly, they're getting to choose which of their ability scores that they will then max out. And since they're min-maxing, obviously, the rogue's going to get maxed out dexterity or charisma, depending on what route you take the rogue. Now, once that is done, once you figure out the amount of points, the ability points that you would need for your min-max character, and you tell that to the other players, next, you have to know what the other players are coming to the table with. So let's continue the half-orc rogue theory here for min-maxing. So you know one of your players is going to be playing this character. What you're going to do is you're going to set up 1 or 2 feats as freebie feats that'll give them a little bit of an edge. That'll be cool. Don't give them a feat just to say, hey, I gave you a free feat. Yeah, but you gave me toughness and I already had maxed out hit points and I'm a fighter and I just kind of feel like I could have had something else. I get that. Let the players pick things like toughness. Sure, I get that. So you're going to want to give them some feats that if you were playing this campaign, what you would think would make your second or in this case third level character kind of cool. And that's the free feat or 2. That's the number for free feats or 2. And then again, you, the DM, you're going to pick out what that free feat's going to be. And you're going to assign it to each of the players based on what character classes and races that they're making. Now with the gear, everyone's got to have at least one cool piece of gear. Something above and beyond their second or third level starting point. But you're not, it's not a freaking artifact here. You're not giving them the Throne of the Gods or Ring of 3 Wishes or anything like that. Well, if your players don't know to be rules lawyers yet, a Ring of 3 Wishes can be kind of fun. But that should be its own video. No. You want to give each of them something cool and memorable. Maybe the barbarian gets like a free Ring of the Ram. That's really cool. To have that player be able to have that in the middle of a game and be like, oh, here's my Ring of the Ram to break down the door. They're going to love hearing something like that. And this is also a good item because it has charges. It's not going to be around forever. And this is another point I'm getting to, but let me get there. So you're going to have the equipment, you're going to have the gear, even their skills. You know what? I say give them a few skill points for free. Go ahead. It's second or third level. And you're not doing this all the time. Remember, that's key to this, is you're only doing it once, as I stated earlier, a character creation. So give them a few free skill points. What does it matter in the long run? It's not going to. But for right now, they're going to be feeling pretty cool that they didn't have to spend any points on search or spot because you maxed it out for free for them. It's going to make that character feel a little bit more special beyond the local boy done good. And that's in their backstory. Again, they don't want to play that if it's written in their backstory. Okay, here's something else you're going to have to keep in mind. Yes, you're making the players a little OP, a little overpowered. Sure, I get that. And you're afraid, from the player's point of view, or your point of view as the DM, or maybe both points of view, you're afraid the game's going to get boring. It's going to get stale. Oh, no, my friend. Not unless you want it to. See, now, the players want to be able to see their characters doing and being these cool, epic heroes. Even at second and third level, they want to be epic. So let them. But if you don't want it to be a cakewalk, if you don't want things to get boring, then always remember, if they're min-maxed, so are the villains. Now, you don't want to make every kobold minion necessarily min-maxed. But some of the more specific monsters and villains that they're facing, and not just the bosses, you want to mix it up with their lieutenants. The less common monsters, lieutenants, monsters, enemies, targets, min-max them as well. This way, it's going to make the battle that much more epic in everyone's mind. But really, wasn't it said best in The Impossibles? When everybody is super, nobody's super. And that's the ultimate idea behind this. They want to see their characters be OP, kick-ass sons of guns. You don't want your adventure walked through like a piece of cake. They don't really want to either. This is what you do. You min-max them, you let them min-max second or third level. You give them a few things, give them a few free skill points, max out a couple of their skills, 1 or 2 skills each, max it out for free. They're second or third level, it doesn't matter. And the reason I keep saying it doesn't matter is because by the time they're 5th or 6th level, most of their cool gear you've given them has been used up, lost, broken. Most of their skills, now that you didn't give them anything else for free except the initial creation, their skills have kind of leveled out. You haven't given them any more free feats except that 1 or 2 maybe at the beginning. So their feats also have kind of leveled out a little bit. And thankfully, since most prestige classes have an attack bonus requirement, even if they make all the requirements for everything else, they're not going to get the chance to overpower the game and go into prestige class levels too early. It's all going to balance out. If you do it once and only at second and third level, the players will have this awesome, magnificent, epic level feel to their characters. Your monsters are going to be a little OP too. That'll balance things out. And then I just finished explaining in a few levels. If you start at 3, definitely by the time they're 6, if not 7, they're going to be pretty much no different than other characters of that level. It comes down to fun. Like all games, Dungeons and Dragons is about fun. So let the damn players have fun. Let them min-max if that's what they want. If you're a good DM, you're going to know how to do it, how to handle it, so it doesn't really affect your game at all. The only thing it's affecting is letting your players have more fun. You can do this. You can handle it. Trust me. Just keep the scales balanced, and it'll all work out. I've been doing this for years, and everyone that sat in front of my screen has had a great time. All right, thank you for listening to me ramble about this topic. I'm your buddy Big John G. for Two Gun Picture presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.